Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Luqman Hamri bin Malik, and today I would like to present about our Bachelor degree project 2 entitled Design and Development of Pet Carrier Cover Box. So before that, I would like to introduce my supervisor. My supervisor is T.S. Saiful Rizal bin Mansur. So I would like to present about our abstract. As we know, pet animals, especially chicken, is usually being carried out in a closed container such as a pet cage and specific box or bag for traveling and transportation. However, in a pet poultry, transportation is always concerned about animal welfare, stressful condition exposure, clean line, appropriate dimension, highly price, and suitability of the material. So therefore, this study objectives are to design and development of paperboard pet carrier cover box (PTCB) for pet poultry traveling and transportation, especially chicken. Different corrugated material, namely A flat, B flat, E flat, and AB flat are evaluated to produce the project. So the design process was conduct through the several phase, which are concept of development, concept selection, CAD modeling development via SolidWorks, finance elements, analysis, FEA via SolidWorks simulation to know the stress and strain and the displacement for the product, and functional prototype development, quality testing such as drop testing and transportation testing, and lastly we go to the service feedback for the survey. So the result observed that AB plus corrugated box is the most suitable material for the developmental PTCB. In conclusion, the development corrugated board pet carrier cover box is in this study is recommended to be applied in the local pet poultry application. Next, I would like to present you about our introduction of the project. So we have three picture here. You can see they are current packaging for chicken, and the paper-based packaging of the pets. So for the current packaging, a good pet carrier could protect the animals for injury and easy to transmit whether any diverse effect on the animal. Also can be made easier to make a transfer or distribution. For current packaging for chickens, in boiler and integrated chicken industry, single big size of chickens or roaster usually transport using a steel cage, plastic carrier, and a wooden box. And last about the introduction of paper-based packaging for pets. Some commercial paper boards, as shown, already rapidly been applied for the traveling. So cardboard box as a place to hide, reduce stress in the cage cats. About our literature review. So this is literature review is supporting for our project. So the first author that we found journal is about the housing cat in the voluntary practice. So the finding is cardboard box is the place to hide and reduce stress in the cats by the Roden and M. Cannon from 2019. Second journal is about the effect of the transportation on stress and fear response of growing boiler supplements which probiotic or biotic. So the finding of the this journal is about the broiler may be subjected to be a largest subtor of the possible stressors shortly before and after transportation include the capturing, handling, packaging, motioning, and movement impact determine demand effort by the micromet of transport facing and water removal, behavior risky, and social distribution of the noise. And the last not least, the next article that we use is the welfare of the livestock during the road transport. These are finding is about the chicken handling, packaging, shipping, and the unloading may have a very section impact on the head team. This is by D.M. Brown, 28. Alright, next I would like to present about our methodology. Right, for the PSM1, we decide the concept of the title of the project. Second, we define the problem statement that need to be improved or need to be done. So we do some objective and scope to control our problem statement, and lately we using a literature review and search for the journal and article to figure out what can be used and can be done at the large of the TC area. And lastly, methodology to help us to show that the movement or the flow that the project and the evaluation of the project. So the lastly, we do the simulation of FEA by using the Katya, because we want to know the isometric view for the project. So the second one is after the next SEM, PSM2, we do some prototype for our product. So before that, we do a measurement and take the dimension of the chickens. So we need to make a better or good measurement for the prototype, because this prototype is actually using the actual size of the chickens. And after that, we do a printing or we cutting part of the paper boards. So after done by using all the parts and mechanical that we use to produce the product, and then we do the testing for the product, as we know that we need to know the uh, durability and strength of the product. So we do the testing about drop test and transportation test. And then if there are some mistakes there, we can be go to the PSM1, we go to the design and we change the design before we make a prototype. And after that, after done by testing, we do a survey to make sure and need to confirm what people will say about our product. And lastly, we do the discussion and conclusion. Alright, this is our material that we use to produce this product. So if you can see, this type of material have a different thickness. If you can see, there are types of A flat, B flat, E flat, A B flat. These all corrugated board have a different strength. So A flat have a high strength, B flat have a low strength, E flat have a low strength, and A B flat have a high strength. So the thickness for the A flat is 4.0 millimeter, B flat have a 2.1 millimeter, E flat have a 1.0 millimeter, and A B flat have a 7.0 millimeter. This is fabricated for the project. So we do some sketching to make sure our product looks like, and then we do some dimension for the sketching before we do the cut part of the product. So we by using 4 different type of corrugated boards, and we do all of that by using 4 product to make sure and to making the test of the product. So you can see that's the board is the final product of the bacteria table box. Our result and discussion. So you can see we do two testing. We did a drop and lift test result and transportation test. So if you can see, this is our result, final result for our drop test. So you can see the 4 type of this have a different weight. If you can see, from the A flat, they have 4.836 volume per kilogram, and B flat have 5.757 millimeter per gram. E flat at 6.409 millimeter per gram, and AB flat has a 3.757 volumetric weight millimeter per gram. So as you can see, we're using a height maximum weight application for testing this project. So we choose 7 we choose a 5 kilogram maximum weight to put some inside the box. So we need to check the surface of the box is damaged or not. So if you can see, the competence of the box surface is A flat is good, B flat is no good, E flat is no good, and AB flat is good. For the damage of the surface area of the pet carrier cover box, A flat is no damage, B flat have damage for the surface, E flat have yes, they has damage for the surface because it's too tight. It's too thick. The thickness is only 1.0. It's so tight. So AB flats, they have no damage. So for suitable for using, we can choose that A flat and AB flat have a suitable use for make a pet carrier cover box. Then we do a transportation test result and discussion. So if you can see, the condition of the container already can be changed by speed kilometer per hour. So we do a transportation test by the real transportation test by using the different speed and different types. So if you can see, we're using by speed 20 kilometer per hour, and we do some brake emergency to figure out what can be happen from the surface of the cardboard. So before that, we take a dolls or something to put inside the box that have the same weight for the chicken to find the condition of the container. So if you can see, AB float have a good condition container, while in 20 speed kilometer per hour, 40 speed, and 90 speed kilometer per hour. A simulation result. So we do all the simulation for this paperboard that we already produced. So if you can see, the different for the paperboard, different for the product is different because they have different thickness inside box. So you can see this, the different of the types of the simulation of the paper box. So you can see, the type of material cardboard have a different of displacement, evaluate stress and strain stress. Alright, so this is the optimum PCTP design corrugated board material that already done of all for the project. So AB flat is the most suitable corrugated material to produce PCTP after consider the overall testing results. So however, a flat PCTP still could be applied for small or less weight for chickens and short distance of the transportation. Alright, so for our conclusion, so the project has gained a positive and successful result, which all the objectives are achieved. So final design and prototype of PCTP is successfully developed and produced. So the study has observed the various type of the corrugated paperboards, namely all type of paperboards, corrugated boards for the PCB raw material. So based on the drop and lift test, transportation test, and FES simulation, PCB, which are AB flat corrugated material, is the optimum design recommended to be applied in carrying chicken. In high durability, easy to form and fold, recyclable, and low cost.